going on, guys? You know what I'm saying? Boy, we're saying Evil Sin Reaper here. This will be the Predshee build for the Ninjabag, you know what I'm saying, 1.8.3. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. This build is just straight up just for all major high damage, using the house, and I'm using my lightweight M4. But keep this in mind when you're running this particular build. You need a lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? When you playing with this particular build, you need a lot of movement, and just keep in mind this is all about high firepower. Without further ado, let's get straight to the build. So, as you can see on my Banshee, my Banshee Pred build, I'm running a three-piece Banshee. I mean a three-piece Pred that's marked with a two-piece Banshee. So explain this, pretty much this. Everybody should know this by now. Okay, using the Ninjabag, I get the active bonus talent. So I'm using the the four-piece, which gives me the four-piece for Predator Smart, hitting 10 shots while switching the target, bleeding for 50%. And I'm also using the Banshee, which gives me an extra 10% out of damage out of cover. So first, let's go ahead and start with the weapons. So weapons, I'm using the house. Let's say my base damage is a 24.3k daily responsive card counter. So this is pretty much just my main gun that I'm end up using. This gun hits hard. The highest crit I saw so far, even with the pulse. Let's say if you had a tactician with the god pulse, this build can hit around 45-50 crits real good. I tested that with a friend of mine, but yeah, just in the base without it, I think it's around like 29 to 30k crits. But yeah, this build does it hard. If you want to do dark zone, you can go for a four-piece with a two-piece Banshee and hit even harder in dark zone. So mods I'm running. Crit hit chance, crit damage, pretty much all the way around the gun. I mean, I wish I had another one for crit damage would be 19% instead of 18%, but the only reason why I went for that because I wanted that 3% crit chance, so it is what it is by 1%. That's in reload speed. I mean, that's a 90% crit damage here, crit chance, crit damage here. I'm not really worried about headshot because I'm not playing with mouse and keyboard because it's not my kind of thing. So I went for body shots. Magazine, 120% maximum size, 3% on the crit chance, and 5.20 on the rate of fire. Alright, so if I check out my crit chance set at 51%, my crit chance, and my crit damage is at 130. So let's say toughness, I mean, this pretty much is pretty good for me. I could run 400k on toughness. It's a lot of movement when you're playing with this build, and it's all about, it's about basically when you're playing with these type of builds, especially when you're this much low on toughness. 400k is pretty good. I've seen people play with 300k, but 400k for me is pretty good. So I like running this build a lot, especially if you got a nice ass pulse from your team, you can hit even more harder with this build. All right, so lightweight. I'm running responsive, deadly, unforgiving because since my toughness 400k, I went for the unforgiving. I mean, you can't go for competence instead of unforgiving, but I went for unforgiving because like if I'm losing health and my health drops and I got my lightweight, I can just swap to this. Crit chance I'm sitting at a 28, and then my crit damage sitting at a 131. And that same thing On my mods, I'm running cricket chance and cricket damage all around it. As you can see, I barely even have any headshot damage on here because it's all about body shots. Alright. So now, why am I wearing a blue pistol? So the main reason I'm wearing the blue is because that way if I'm in dark zone or whatever and I can't find this, and if I want to hit skirmish or whatever, you could pretty much run this. You could run this inside skirmish and run it in dark zone. I mean, listen, if it doesn't work for you, you can always just go for the lower bracket so far as using blue pistol. But I went for this at the blue pistol because let's say you running these two talents, right? So killing the target reduces a skill down by 7.50. So somebody goes down and then you got Predator on top of that. Somebody goes down, you swap to this, you melee them, and you get both of these talents active at the same time. I really wish it had 3 talents. If I had to choose a third one, I'd probably say sustain. But other than that, if you can get you a sawed off, like let's say if you got over a 270 sawed off, and then you had predatory and sustain is your top 2, and then you got determined at the bottom that's god roll. So I would go for that. But until then, I'm using this blue pistol until I can find my right sawed off. All right. So, and as for the mods, it don't really matter. The mods, I mean, I just put them on there just to clear some space up because I have so many mods in this game. It's freaking ridiculous. That's why I can't wait till Division 2. But that's another story, and I can't wait for Division 2. So now I'm running health, exotic damage, resilience, ammo capacity, and I have 2 firearm mods. Both of them firearms, 263, 1% crit chance. So I have a higher crit chance, so that way I'll be able to hit harder, have a high crit chance if I can possible. Mask. Crit chance, burn resilience, 1399. I'm running the stamina on this one, 264, 1% crit chance. Predator Smart knee pads. I'm running 9% on my crit damage, shock, burn, disrupt. So I figure a little bit goes a long way. I mean, you can go for health if you want to, but I mean, 400k for toughness is pretty good for me. So I went for more damage on top of this. So 9% on the crit damage, stamina mod 264, 1% on the crit chance, and I went for a pulse because of course I'm using a pulse because the moment I pop that pulse, I gotta pretty much just maxed out pulse to put me at 60%. So 2% on my pulse crit chance. All right, now. You can do this though. Let's say, before I get to the other video, let's say if you wanted to run something else, you notice that my crit hit chance is at 50%, right? You notice how it says crit hit chances 50%. You can pretty much take 2%. You can take the 2% crit chance plus mods off your gear and put 2 crit hit damage. So this way, by your crit chance being at 10% and your crit chance already on the build itself is already at 50, so that pretty much puts you at, let's say, at max. So I pretty much just made this test build just to see how hard it possibly can get up to, and then I use booster shot so that way it hit even more harder. All right. So backpack, I'm running that. Some maxed out backpack, fully optimized, 9% crit damage, ammo capacity. Also got this running 267, and the mods I'm running is stamina 264 with 2% pulse crit chance mods. Alright. Gloves, god robe, pretty much it's just not fully optimized, but SMG crit chance, crit damage. And holster, 4% on the crit chance and 1401 all across the map, so it's fully optimized, you know what I'm saying, pretty smart holster with a 2% on the pulse crit chance. So this build is all about damage. So you see as you can see my firepower sitting at 505 on the firepower, and then my toughness is sitting at that, and I'm sitting at a 24.3, right? So let's say pop this 569,000, and then my shit just went from a 24 to a 27. So I would hit extremely hard with this build. So this build is like basically it's just all damage already around it. So 8k on my firearms, just about close to 5k on my stamina. So this is working out pretty good for me. You know what I mean? So far as damage wise, it's real good when the team when you're running DPS. So you want to run DPS, you can run this, you can run. You can run this. You can run a 4-piece Banshee with a. You can run a 3-piece Banshee with a 2-piece Predator Ninjabag. You can run a all Banshee set with your team. I mean, you're just shred. Like it hits hard as fuck. So I like this build. I like the way it's working out for me so far as be running with this build. All right. So talents I run a pulse. You know what I'm saying? Protects me against other pulses, and then also I run the booster shot, of course, so that way I hit even more harder. This is all about optional, depends on what your team is running. But for me, I like running shield or even current link. I'm not a big fan of attack link. I can run attack link, but it's always about these two with me. All right, on the move, adrenaline. So if you don't want to run up holes, you can go for first aid, self kit, and then have your box within, or you can have precision on and everything else. If you're not in a group, if you're playing, I mean, if you're playing so far as not in a group like Last Stand and you're by yourself, and you're pretty much just not by yourself, but it's always team based. So this is a team based build. So you can go for combat medic. If you don't like adrenaline, you can go for precision. You know what I mean? But I like how this is working for me, so that way if I pop a med kit and I'm going against a Predator Mark, this protects me against Predator Mark uses. If you're not real good, if you don't like adrenaline, I mean, you can use the station if you like to. And that's what I got for the build. I mean, I hope you guys listen and like this build. This build does help out so far as if you want to hit real hard, if you want to hit some crazy amount of damage, you know what I mean, so far using the Ninjabag. There's a lot of other builds out there, just this build in particular is my personal favorite, so I really like this build running a lot, especially in Last Stand. This build is absolutely fun, so I hope you guys like it. It's your boy Reap. I'm out. Peace.